Welcome to Sosnovka, a quick tour around a new look map with me, Mr. Sealy P. Not a real shock, but this is Sosnovka. The other map on FS17, so the other map, the second map, not the other map. Regardless, this is not a new map. This was on the Gold Edition on FS15. So if you didn't have the Gold Edition, you won't be familiar with it. So this isn't technically a first look, it's more of a new look video. What's changed, what's the same, what can you expect from the map. At some point I will probably switch over and do some Let's Play over on Sosnovka, because on FS15 I really did like this map. But anyway, I am going to move around the map probably clockwise, I would imagine, from the top, taking in things that are different. Now, as you can tell, if you've been playing FS17 at all, the graphics are crisper, clearer, neater, more defined, there's more detail, you know, that much is obvious. First difference to Goldcrest Valley, they've kept the fertilizer, the seed, sorry, and the fertilizer containers. So you can fill up your fertilizer and your seed from here at the main yard. You can buy pallets as well, but this option is still available, which is good. I do like this. I did wonder whether or not on Goldcrest Valley maybe they should have had these as placeables, so you could put them down at your farm and get your seed and fertilizer from there rather than keep going back from the store. But you know, the pallet thing's nice, it's a nice touch, but they've kept this the same on Sosnovka, which is great. The yard, nothing else has changed really. Like I say, graphics are crisper, neater, tidier. Now, if you're going to whiz around a map, let's be honest, what's going to be quicker than this? The mod, and I did do a kind of, not a mod review, but like a quick kind of guide to the new Lizard Road Rage. A bit bizarre considering we're on a Russian map and in a very, what clearly is a very American looking car. But that said, this will be our quickest route around the map. So we'll jump in and start up. Now, the dairy farm, as you can probably tell, I've kind of been driving around already, you can see. The one main difference obviously is you've now got the buying and selling point here at the farm, and you've also got a water trough now, which you obviously didn't have excuse me, on 15. Other than that, the dairy farm is pretty much the same. So we're going to be heading, I'm going to put the mini map on actually. Excuse me, god dear, it's matter of my throat today. Heading north. Right, mill pond, exactly the same, obviously for logging, and you don't get as much money for logging as you used to, but you look at the detail of the water, things like that. Say it's neater, crisper, smarter looking. Now, if we head up here towards where the bakery sort of was up here, it's a great mural up on the wall. I did like this on my FS15. You've got this new building here. Whilst not as exciting as Emerson's livestock market, this is the livestock market on Sosnovka. It's a bit more plain, but you have got your animal dialogue box here for your loading, unloading, etc. This is new, and it is for buying and selling your livestock. Heading through. Now, this car does not like big curbs, so I'll go over this quickly. A bit airborne there. Love that mural, fantastic. So this stays the same. Again, a little bit more detail, nothing much different. If I go on to the main map and zoom in, we are up here at the bakery. The lumberyard, mill pond, we've just been past, and we started here at the dairy farm. So we are now up at the bakery, and this bit we've just been past, the new building, is the livestock market. We are going to go right and then down this way. Fields are pretty much the same, nothing hugely has changed there, again, other than the detail. So let's whiz down as quickly as we can. One massive thing that keeps catching me out is I keep thinking to myself, am I going to do logging? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? Well, because now you've got the contracting, the mission system, just start off doing some contracting. If you need some money, do some contracting. You can make good money doing it. So as you can see, fields left and right are pretty much as they were, going past 11, 12, 15, 16, down to 20 and 21. Looking over to the right, we're going past the farm, the main farm, and the slightly bigger fields. Whoa, watch where I'm going, that would help, wouldn't it? Filling station, fuel station, with a gas station still on the left. On the right hand side is your biomass plant, which obviously they don't have on Goldcrest Valley, but they've left it on this one, so your wood chips you can still sell there, although the wood chip price is still considerably low. When we come around to here, both sides of the tracks, one thing that is nice that has been left is that, where are we? Down here at the mill. So biomass we just passed, we've got the mill and the freight yard with the railway line. Now, obviously, unlike Goldcrest Valley, you can't drive the trains on this one. At least I don't think you can. Nope. But you can send the trains, which you can't on Goldcrest Valley, to make any extra money. So you can get kind of almost double your money, like it was on FS15. You get a lower rate selling here at the mill and at the freight yard, but then you get another payment when it reaches its destination. So you do actually work out making more for your load. So this side's the mill, that side's the freight yard, this side is for grains, etc., that side is for vegetables predominantly, but you can send the trains off, which is great. It has been left from 15. Whizzing our way westwards. Through the gap without causing a crash. Right, so at the sheep, we have our grass selling points here, but we are now at the sheep farm. Obviously the sheep farm is different because we have now got water trough as well as the food trough, and we haven't got the little concrete pads anymore. The wall pallets come out on here, and you can have up to 6 in that selling point or that collection point at any one time. The buying and selling point or unloading point is round this side. So this is the main difference at the sheep selling plant. Sheep selling plant? What am I talking about? The sheep farm. Good grief, at the sheep farm this is the main difference. So we'll swing this round and we will carry on our journey. Heading out towards... Actually, we're going to go and take a right here first. So coming up on the garden centre. Now the garden centre has got its buying points for fertiliser and seed. However, when you come over here, like you used to at the garden centre, for buying your sapling pallets, you can no longer do that here because our buying and selling of pallets is done from the main menu. Now here's the other thing. If I buy a pallet now, I'm going to go with the cheap one, obviously. It says from the shop. That's not from here. So from the garden centre now, you don't collect your pallets because you're buying them off the main menu or at the main shop. They actually appear at the main shop, not here at the garden centre. So the garden centre, you can come here for your fertiliser and seed, but your sapling pallets you don't come here for anymore. That's at the main shop, so that's a big difference. And has quite a large impact, in all honesty. Off to the right, over the bridge, the spinnery is still there. A little bit more detail to the spinnery, but it is over there to the right. And I'm now going to go left. Okay. So now we find ourselves at one of my favourite places on FS15. So I used to do a lot of logging. But we are at the lumber yard down by the railway track. And the great thing about this, as with the other trains, is that you can sell your lumber here. You won't get a huge amount for it. Unfortunately, the same as on Goldcrest Valley, but we can send the train off. So once you've put your load in, send the train, you'll get your initial payment, and then you'll get a second payment once the train reaches its destination. That's been kept in. I do like that. It's a nice touch. Kind of like a double payment. You get paid your initial amount and then whatever they're prepared to pay you at its destination. So, moving swiftly on. Okay. Coming up the centre of the map now, heading north again past the spinnery. I did mention that it is here where it was before, but it has changed slightly, not massively. Now, one of my favourite fields, I say favourite field, of my list of favourite fields in the world, this field here on the right was one I used to plough. I used to plough a new field where I'm driving now, right out, because you have all this expanse. I used to make this into a massive field, field 18. However, what is massively different here now is coming up. With the introduction of the pigs, the pig farm had to go somewhere, and this is where the pig farm is. So, off to the main menu. So next to field 18, I used to plough all of this out here, and all of this, and used to have a massive field. Now the pigs are here, right next to the biogas plant. Okay, fantastic. As it is on Goldcrest Valley, you've got your water, you've got your feed over the far side, and then this side you've got your straw, not selling point, but where you put your straw in for their bedding. So the pigs are now over here. Biogas plant hasn't changed. It's exactly as it was, and the hoppers are still the same, the anaerobic digesters, whatever you want to call them. They are the Flegel ones, not like the Silo King ones they've got on Goldcrest, because for obvious reasons they've kept the map as similar as they possibly can, because it requires less coding to change it, and you know, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Let's be honest. Looking at the map again very, very quickly. Moving over here. The transport company, that building, again a little bit more detail, but transport company building hasn't changed at all. So we are going to be heading up now past the vegetable warehouse into the main town itself, and then we will be heading east again. Great thing is they've left all the forests. Like I say, the map's pretty much as it was. Plenty of timber and lumber opportunities, which is fantastic if you like doing a bit of logging and forestry. Vegetable warehouse hasn't changed. Again, a little bit more detail. Whizzing on through the town, you've got all your usual, the bank and all that stuff. Now I have to be careful because this thing really flies, so I'll probably come to the turning already, which I have. Petrol station should be coming up on the left. It is, and I'll avoid crashing again. Now on our right, chicken coop is where it was before, but as is the same on Goldcrest Valley, unfortunately you cannot buy any chickens. What was always nice was every time you started a map there was the cockerel. The cockerel would be here on his own until you bought some chickens. Now, because you can't buy chickens, you start off with your set of chickens. This doesn't change. They produce at a very regular rate, and you can come and collect your eggs. I don't think you get as much for them. As far as I recall, I don't think you get as much for them. But this is chicken coop, same place it always was. You just can't buy chickens anymore, which is a pity. I'll climb over the roof, you know, a bit sort of Starsky and Hutch. I'm sure that was supposed to be over the bonnet, but never mind. And now heading back down. Store hasn't changed at all. It's exactly the same as it was, but as I said before, if you look inside now, actually I'll drive inside because I'm being incredibly lazy. The pallet I purchased is here, so that's, yeah, massive change is the fact that you cannot collect your pallets, saplings from the garden centre. They all come here to the store. Right, we're now heading back down. The last sale point is here, the closest one to the farm, pretty much, I think. The village grain elevator, again, hasn't changed very much at all. A little bit more detail, slightly wider as I was looking at it. I think it seems wider. Right, we will go without losing control under the big bridge. Nothing is still here, thankfully. It's the rickety bridge. Love the rickety bridge. And I think you still can ford the river. Just over there behind me you can ford the river there, and if you go along a bit further that way you can ford the river over there as well. Which brings us on our merry tour back round to the main farm. There is no hayloft on this one, but you sell your hay here. But the great thing is, because of all the new additions to Farming Simulator 17, you've got all the placeables that you can put. Because one of the things I always said on this one, there didn't seem to be enough places for storing your vehicles and that kind of thing. So you can place them wherever you want. That rounds off the tour of Sosnovka. What's the same? What's different? Better or worse? Let's be honest, it's FS17. It is better. Everything is better. I love 15, but 17 is just better. So I will jump out of the road rage, just done us proud on this rather whizzy tour around Sosnovka. I hope you liked the episode. Nothing much to it, just a few things to kind of make you aware of. If you haven't come over and started on the Let's Play on here, or you didn't have it on FS15 on the Gold Edition and you've never played on it, similarities and differences, a new look at Sosnovka, not a first look. If you liked it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. I have Let's Plays on Goldcrest Valley, how-to and top tip videos for FS15. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a comment, and if you want to share the video, please be my guest. And as usual, whatever you choose to do, thanks for watching.